We welcome you to SaberCat Stadium in Houston, Texas, as a jam-packed day of MLS Next Pro action continues in the Lone Star State tonight. It's Houston Dynamo 2 taking on Ventura County FC. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, happy to have you with us. Another very important game in the Western Conference of MLS Next Pro tonight. Ventura County trying to jump back into third place after a victory for their arch rivals LAFC 2 earlier in today's action. Houston Dynamo 2, on the other hand, they currently occupy the 8th and final playoff spot on the push to the postseason in MLS Next Pro. They're trying to hold off the likes of Portland Timbers 2, SKC 2, who did lose today, and the defending champions Austin, who also did not pick up any points. So it's actually a massive opportunity for the Dynamo to get some distance between themselves and the nearest rivals in the West. Another look at the standings here, and of course, a lot of teams have already played or are currently in action. St. Louis City, for example, on the verge of going to the top of the table and staying there for now. North Texas has that game in hand. We'll see if they can respond. But again, Ventura County trying to get back into third place where they began the day. LAFC 2 was able to get a victory over SKC 2 earlier today. An opportunity knocks for the Dynamo. Chance to extend the lead in that 8th spot and maybe have a chance to move up as well. Starting lineups, we begin with the Houston Dynamo 2. Interim coach Jeremy Hurdle in his first outing as head coach at MLS Next Pro puts out this 11. Steven Anor leads the side here. Ousmane Silla as well. 7 goals, 3 assists for him so far this season. And Diego Gonzalez in the midfield, 9 assists, and has a chance to tie the single season record in MLS Next Pro for assists in a season if he gets one today. Matt Taylor's 11, meanwhile, for Ventura County, also filled with talent. Elijah Paul gets the start in the attack. Gabriel Arnold recently scored, and he's been on the score sheet pretty often. He's in there as well. Sean Karani as well, important in the midfield with Nicolas Schelotto as well. And the former Houston man, Ifu Achara, gets the start for Ventura County as well. Brady Scott is in goal. He captains the side for Matt Taylor's group on the road today. So many of these games today have a ton riding on them as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. Houston, again, will be in orange. We've always come to expect from them here in Texas. Ventura County will be in road whites today. Emi Nonso is our head official, and Houston will be kicking off from left to right here on MLSNextPro.com. Ousmane Silla, who's just been so impressive in the recent weeks and months for Houston, he will kick us off, and off we go from Houston. Another vastly important game in MLS Next Pro here. It has a lot of reaching impact on multiple teams around both of these two teams in the West, really. Ventura County towards the upper echelons of the Western Conference. Houston trying their best to get another season moving into the postseason. And we'll see if today could be a result that goes a long way to making sure that Houston are back in the playoffs. Of course, the big news coming into this game with Dynamo 2 head coach, I should say, Kenny Bundy, being given an interim assistant coach job with the first team. That allows former Academy Under-15s head coach Jeremy Hurdle to get his head coaching debut here in MLS Next Pro. And we'll see how he does going up against Matt Taylor's side, who trying to get back to the top 3 and maybe, just maybe, have an outside shot of trying to catch the top 2. Played all the way back to Brady Scott, who captains the side in goal today for Ventura County. Look at the last game for Ventura County. Really impressive. August 25th, the last time they were in action, a 3-1 win at home over Real Monarchs. Elijah Paul, Sean Karani on the score sheet. Lepley getting a goal as well in the latter stages. And Houston were also 3-1 winners last time out, coming off a bye week for these two teams, of course. And they beat Minnesota at home. Got an own goal in there, but then Gabriel Segal, their leading goal scorer, had a brace along the way. But since then, as you can see the pressure on Scott there, Houston not quite able to get the turnover, but it is going to be a reset for Scott. Delgado plays it back for Asenge. Look at Houston's home form this season. 6 of their 8 wins have come at home. Well, it has been a little bit of a home mixed bag. 4 of their 9 losses have also come here, but it is a little bit more normal. On the other side of things, Ventura County have had a ton of road draws this season. 6 of their 9 draws, in fact, have been away from home. They have just 2 victories away from home this season. They'd love to add another one on tonight because, again, they would leapfrog their rivals LAFC, get back into 3rd position. Delgado, little give and go. Was Delgado tripped up? Yes. Matteo Di Morelli gives away the free kick. Ball's played up ahead to Ruben Ramos Jr., who's going to be really important to Ventura County's success today. 5 goals, 2 assists on the season. Among active players for Ventura County, he has the most goal contributions. And they will need him to step up again tonight. Ventura County are going to add that 3rd impressive road win to their resume. Touch down the line for Sean Karani. It's cut out. But it will be a throw-in for Ventura County to work with inside of 5 minutes. Houston are able to clear it. There's Diego Gonzalez up ahead, but Asenge's there. The battle for it continues with Steven Anor. It'll go Ventura County's way. 3 goals for Steven Anor this season. Just another talented player amongst this Houston bunch. They've just become a fixture, really, in the MLS Next Pro playoffs. Had a late surge to get there last season. It gave Tacoma Defiance a heck of a battle in the first round, but Defiance did advance in the end and made a pretty deep run themselves in the postseason. Good ball played across here. This is a really good chance for Ventura County. Cross is blocked. It's chipped back into the middle, and it ricochets out for a corner for the visitors. Just a glimpse there of what Elijah Paul is capable of for Ventura County. He's come in and made a solid impact. The corner upcoming here. Could give Ventura County a real good chance at a look for an opening goal. It's going to go all the way to the back stick. It's kind of popped up into the air, and a volley from Asenge goes flying over the top of Nico Hansen's goal. This ball just flies towards the back stick, and not sure the header was meant there, but decent technique from Asenge. That's not easy to do, but he could not put it on target. That would have been a miraculous effort if he did. And Houston are able to get the possession back. Here is Gonzalez, lovely little reverse ball. Usmain Silla working his way through the midfield and in towards the penalty area. Silla continues his run as it's clipped in. The header is central, and it's a good stop in the end from Scott. Great centering pass on the back end, and the header was pretty well struck centrally in the end. Another look at it here. It was Anor who got his head to it first, but again, solid save from Brady Scott down to his left. Now then, the ball is bent up ahead. And it's really well done to get Houston back on the ball here. That was DiMorelli. DiMorelli has help. It's a first-time ball looking for Anor. It was cut out. Chara in his return to Houston. Gets his first touch, but Houston retains possession after they get it back. Awadesu out to the far side. It's the fourth all-time meeting between these two in MLS Next Pro. It's about as tight as it could get. Each team has one win, and then the third meeting was a draw. Ventura County did win the shootout. The only time these two teams finished all square. Oh, that's a gorgeous first touch into the middle, and the cross is going to be blocked away. Anor was begging for it inside the penalty area. It never got to him. Good cutout defensively. After a wonderful take from Tate Schmidt, Houston will settle for a corner. A good active start for Tate Schmidt. And that was just a pinpoint first touch. Anor really wanted to get on the end of that. It was a good defensive clearance. And then Gonzalez from the corner in search of his 10th assist, but Brady Scott is able to corral it. Diego Gonzalez, again, tied for first in the league with those 9 assists. He's not the only one trying to track down an assist record. By the way, he's also tied for first, Diego Gonzalez, in key passes, with 66 of them coming in to tonight's action. The current assists record is actually a 3-way tie between Marlon Vargas, Mo Farsi, and Romeo Beckham. Yes, that Romeo Beckham. That's a takeaway. Ooh, referee gives a foul. And Ventura County, I think, may have been bailed out there. That did not look like there was much contact. Diego Gonzalez is penalized. We get the luxury of a second look. The referees don't, of course. Oh, there's no contact. Diego Gonzalez is very unfortunate. I think the referee didn't quite see the right angle on that, and it's a missed opportunity for Houston. Jeremy Hurdle and company are talking with the fourth official about that decision. That should have been an opportunity for Houston to play their way through, frankly. Delgado was playing that ahead, and then Paul didn't really have anywhere to go. Houston wins it back. Looks like it's going to be a throw. Asenge for Delgado. Well, that was played up ahead. Referee spots an infraction. It's a free kick. Schmidt plays it back for a Houston reset. Gonzalez steps in. It's going to be a free kick for Ventura County. Right at midfield, it looks like. And Asenge resets the play. That pass is picked off. Chance for Houston to break in transition, but it's a poor ball played up ahead. Scott retrieves for Ventura County. Both teams still kind of feeling themselves out here in the early stages. Houston have had the better of the early half chances, if you will. Of course, Brady Scott making a save on the best chance so far, Stephen Anor's header. That's played back, and Scott commits in the penalty area. Referee gives the penalty. Scott makes the challenge on Diego Gonzalez. He gets booked for it as well, the captain. Gonzalez brought down. It's a Houston penalty.
May I have your attention, please? 14th yellow card.
It's one of those where the goalkeeper commits and has to get it right or else. And it turns out that Brady Scott did not get this right. That looks very clear cut. Gonzalez gets the ball around him. Scott knows that he's in big, big trouble, and it is a penalty. And Diego Gonzalez is going to take the penalty for Houston, a very important penalty, I might add, considering the context of the playoff race. Diego Gonzalez has scored twice in MLS Next Pro this season. Scott gets a chance at redemption, but Gonzalez buries it. Diego Gonzalez converts his penalty. Houston lands the first blow, and they lead by 1-0. He's just a big game player, Diego Gonzalez. He always seems to come through when Houston needs him. And the captain converts his spot kick, and the Dynamo jump out in front.
Attention fans, goal score by number 18, Diego Gonzalez.
Well, in playoff races, you need your big-time players to step up. And Diego Gonzalez now, by the way, with that goal, 12 goal contributions in MLS Next Pro for him this season. Nice take into the penalty area here. Ventura County look for an immediate response, but Tate Schmidt gets there ahead of Ifua Chara. It goes out for a corner for Ventura County. Now the look, great take. That's Ramos Jr. Sweeping in there, I should say. Lovely ball across as well. Better defensive move from Schmidt to get the intervention. And then from the corner, it is picked off on the edge of the penalty area. Silla leading Houston in the opposite direction. Anor one way, Gonzalez the other. He picks out Stephen Anor. Anor is in, and it's off the post. Gonzalez retrieves. Follow-up shot from Brooklyn Reigns is bent over the top and out. Stephen Anor, I mean, we're talking inches away here from doubling Houston's lead. He just hits the wrong part of the post. He's so unlucky. Gonzalez backs it up. Decent attempt from Brooklyn Reigns, but he misses the target. That goes right back out for a Ventura County throw, and well, a very positive start continues for Jeremy Hurdle's Dynamo here. Gonzalez's penalty conversion, and then Steven Anor, very unlucky not to make it 2-0. To be fair, between those two moments, it was a good response from Ventura County. Ifu Achara nearly scored against his former club. But it's been a really good start for Tate Schmidt defensively, as again Houston called upon. Defensively, it's cleared away by Femi Awadesu. Schmidt up ahead. Clever touch from Anor. Anor heads it down into space. Now there's traffic. Chance to maybe pick this back up. This is Matteo Di Morelli. Gonzalez for Brooklyn Reigns. Reigns for Gonzalez, two very experienced midfielders working together there. Gonzalez and Reigns. They could be a very tough combination for Ventura County to deal with in that midfield this evening. Awadesu has time and space. Schmidt. Pressured by Achara, and Houston are forced to go all the way back to their goalkeeper, Nico Hansen. This time the pressure comes from Sean Karani. Houston will reshuffle the cards here. We'll be keeping an eye, by the way, on the other games going on, as the whistle will go Pierce, Ventura County's way here. Or at least that was the initial indication. A couple players actually being summoned by the referee here. Nonso is our center official. Elijah Paul's being given some words here, as has been Brooklyn Reigns, and not just him. Jefferson Valverde was privy to that conversation. Now, some of the results have obviously gone final already today. 2 points for FC Cincinnati, 2. They win the shootout at Chicago. Wins for Chattanooga and Orlando, who both needed wins very badly in the East playoff race. And a win for Minnesota keeps their playoff hopes just about alive for another week. They've done that now back-to-back weeks. Minnesota were a loss away last week. They were a loss away today. They survive again. This one's going to be too far out in front for Di Morelli to chase. And by the way, Minnesota beat Austin. The defending champions take a tough defeat as they're trying to get back into the postseason to defend their title. The other two finals, we mentioned one of them earlier, LAFC 2 beating Kansas City by 2-1. And then the Bobby Murphy train just keeps rolling down the track. St. Louis City, 3-1 winners at Colorado, which would have potentially eliminated the Rapids today. But a few results went their way elsewhere. So Eric Boucher's side, for now, stay alive. And of course, there's still 3 other games going on as this one is taking place. And actually, all 4 of the live games have a goal in them, and we'll get to that in a second. Ventura County trying to find an equalizer here. It was Karani laying it off. Delgado gets involved. Back for Asenge. But Asenge's pass is picked off by Brooklyn Reigns. Reigns glides past the Paul challenge. And Schmidt will reset. But we could tell you that Miami leads at Huntsville. Huntsville are also potentially on the chopping block tonight for the playoffs. Toronto leads at New England, who are already eliminated. TFC2 really need that one to go their way. And if North Texas can hold on at Vancouver, it's 1-0 early on there. They jump back to the top of the West over St. Louis. And of course, it's the Monarchs against the Town at 10 p.m., along with a rivalry game that's going to have a lot riding on it. Tacoma against the Timbers. Portland will be watching this game very intently, hoping that Ventura County can come back and take the points off Houston. Played ahead by Gabriel Arnold. And then it's a lovely ball down the far side. Achara's in the middle. Ramos joins him. It's played to the edge of the penalty area, and Sean Karani's pass is cut out. But it's great hustle by Karani to win it right back. A slip by Esenge, but he takes the ball with him and avoids Anor picking his pocket. Ramos out wide. Ramos gets it back. His cross into the middle is dangerous, and it's a missed opportunity for Elijah Paul on the doorstep. His header goes agonizingly wide. Again, Ruben Ramos right in the thick of the positivity for Ventura County. It's a lovely ball in, and Elijah Paul, maybe with the defender jumping in front of him, didn't get the right contact on it. He puts it just wide. Huge chance for an equalizer. That's a giveaway. Steven Anor goes for goal, and he hits the frame again. Scott makes the catch as it falls back down to earth. And Steven Anor is making an unlikely acquaintance with the frame, not once but twice. He's been inches away from scoring. He hit the right post earlier. He hits the top of the crossbar that time. And Ventura County are a bit fortunate. They're not 2 or 3 behind. It's a second Anor close call. And a little nudge in the back there. That's going to be a Ventura County free kick on the near side. Well, how unlucky is Steven Anor? So unfortunate. He might get another chance here. That's a takeaway. Here's Brooklyn Rains for the Dynamo. Valverde. Rains was muscled off of it, and Ventura County wins possession back. Achara leaves his pass short. Karani doesn't get there. Achara makes up for it and moves it ahead. But he loses out in the end. It's another great recovery from Brooklyn Rains. Now then, up the other end comes Houston. Silla for Schmidt. Silla battling with Achara. This means Silla is going to win out there. I think it's going to be a free kick, yes, for Houston. Houston are going to get some players queuing up inside the penalty area here with an opportunity, again, they've had a few already, to double their lead. Well, the free kick comes up short. It's popped high into the air. Decent header, but there was nobody there in orange to get on the end of it. It's Brady Scott who corrals for Ventura County. Arnold licking up there with Skeletto. Can Ventura County start to make some headway here in the attack? They, to be fair, have had a few opportunities themselves, but it really has been Houston dictating the tempo so far. Paul with 2 on him. Able to get to the byline here for Ventura County. Good ball across as well. It needed a better touch from Ramos Jr. He lets it slip underneath his boot, and Houston clears. And Anor trying to get on the end of this one. He does get there in the end, and he chops it back on Asenge. Steven Anor still fighting, still trying to push on, but Asenge just about gets it away from him. And Ventura County looked to go up the other end with Ramos. Ramos, he was dispossessed, but the referee brings it back. It's a free kick. And Ventura County don't waste any time in taking it. You can see Ventura County, when they get the ball, they do tend to move it around, get some possession, try to build some momentum. They are second in MLS Next Pro, for what it's worth, in total passes. But here, they lose out. Ousmane Sylla. Can he find the angle? He loses the ball at the very end. Victor Casillas. He's able to get it away from him to avoid the shot, but Houston still gets a corner out of it. Great work. Ousmane Sylla, who was the Next Pro Player of the Match Week back in week 24. Again, this is a Houston team trying to make it 3 consecutive wins in MLS Next Pro play. We approach the half-an-hour mark in the first half, and referee making sure everything is as it should be in the penalty area. Gonzalez. Oh, the header is just gonna go wide in the end. It just kind of skimmed off the top of maybe 1 or 2 players there. The re-entry from Brooklyn Reigns comes up short, and it's a Dynamo throw. From the throw, it's going to go right to the penalty area. Anor was surrounded. Touched ahead by Arnold. He's forced back. In the end, it's a poor clearance away. Nobody in particular for Ventura County could get near it. Houston regains possession with Schmidt. He sends it ahead, trying to catch Brady Scott off of his line, but it goes out of play. Is sent ahead looking for Paul. It's going to come up short. Wakatuya, he's bundled over. That's a free kick. Sean Karani with the challenge. I do wonder if the referee's going to have a word with Karani. We'll have a look at it, and Karani does not get any of the ball. I don't know if that's yellow card worthy for Karani, but he does get a talking to from the referee. Pressure from Ventura County, led by Achara and Paul. Somehow, Valverde is able to keep that alive for Houston, just kept chopping it past defenders. Brooklyn Reigns moves it forward. He has Tate Schmidt. Ousmane Sylla, it's bent into the penalty area. It's going to go out of play. Tried to find the head of Matteo Di Morelli. Goes back to Ventura County in possession. Of course, Houston are without a couple of notable players in this one today, and it's because of the international window that's going on right now. Xavier Valdez, for example, their normal #1 goalkeepers, off with the Dominican Republic national team, CONCACAF Nations League play. And Sebastian Rodriguez, who's also been an influential player for Houston this season, got called up to play for Mexico's under-18s during this window. So a few notables that Houston are playing without, but that is the life in MLS Next Pro. Coaches and players have to balance the constant movement and still try to pick up results. Delgado gets to help out his Senge, who is slowly becoming trapped on that near side. Arnold on the turn. Senge has time and space to work with for Ventura County. Brady Scott joins in. And the only two teams who have clinched in the Western Conference, of course, are North Texas and St. Louis. It's a little coming together happens after the whistle. Now another look at it here. There was the infraction. Akatuya going through the back, and then there was a little bit of an afters there, but nothing too untoward. Just in front of Matt Taylor, the Ventura County coach. Of course, there was a chance, for those that didn't see the earlier games, there was a chance for FC Cincinnati to clinch, on the third team to clinch a playoff spot, but Cincinnati needed to win their earlier game. They did win their shootout, but they only got 2 points. They needed 3, and I might add a little bit of help elsewhere. So no teams will clinch this weekend, but Cincinnati, to be fair, took a huge step with those 2 points. So they're right on the doorstep of clinching their first playoff spot in Next Pro history. Ventura County trying to do the same. They've never been to the playoffs. They're trying to get there for the very first time, and they're right on track to do it. Just about finishing the job, and of course, trying to battle for seeding. Yes, North Texas and St. Louis, they might be a little bit too far gone to track down, but Ventura County, and if they can come back and win this game in particular, they'd be in pole position just ahead of their rivals LAFC to grab the 3rd overall seed in the West. Wakachia, lovely touch there, gets past a defender. Maybe a chance here for Gonzalez. He links up with Brooklyn Reigns. Brooklyn Reigns looks for space. He has some help here. Dimorelli. Dimorelli again. Reigns for Dimorelli. Still Matteo Dimorelli here. He's got 5 players around him. Brooklyn Reigns helps out. And it's going to be touched out for a Houston throw. Well, a lot of the defenders were occupied by what Matteo Dimorelli was doing in and around the Ventura County penalty area, but Houston settles for a throw-in. And that is going to go the other way. It's good hustle and good stick-to-itiveness from Aifu Achara, who's clearly got a point to prove here. It is a Ventura County throw in the end. That might be something as far as a storyline in this game to watch. If Aifu Achara scores against his former club, how will he react? Here's Tate Schmidt. Got past 2 challenges, but not the 3rd. Houston follows up. Brooklyn Reigns swings a boot at it. Gonzalez follows up and commits a foul. Good Houston pressure, but Gonzalez does make contact. It's a free kick. As Delgado, I think, is the one who is slow to get up for Ventura County. Delgado had it cut out, and now Senge has to get it out from under his feet. Finds Scott. Good pressure from Stephen Anor. He's had a great half, just hasn't scored yet, Stephen Anor. He's hit the post, he's hit the bar. Ruben Ramos Jr. plays it down the far side. First time ball from Achara is cut out. Houston clears. That was the right idea, trying to catch Houston out with an early service into the penalty area, but Dynamo had enough numbers behind the ball, and they clear it pretty comfortably in the end. And the only goal in our game so far, a penalty conversion from Diego Gonzalez for Houston, his 3rd goal in the league this season, to go along with 9 assists. Nice reverse ball there, looking for Delgado, but it was well read by Nico Hansen. Gonzalez. And Silla plays it back. It's a reset for Valverde. Still a chance for Houston to build on their lead. They've had 3 big opportunities to do so since they scored. Gonzalez on the turn is chopped down. That's going to be a yellow card for Sean Karani. So Karani picks up the yellow card for Ventura County here.
Number 16, Ventura County FC, Sean Karani, 40th minute.
It's a set-piece opportunity for the Dynamo with 5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in the half. Diego Gonzalez is their set-piece taker, so he'll have some more opportunities to try to tie the single-season record for assists. This time he plays it short. Gonzalez gets the return. Loops it high into the air, too high maybe in the end. It gave Brady Scott enough time to make the catch. Achara. Achara cuts it back. Oh, and he gives it right back to Gonzalez. Anor tries to split the defenders, and Scott will be played in. It was a heavy touch from Scott. He just about gets it out of harm's way. That's a rare miscue from Ifu. Achara just handed it right back to Houston, but the Dynamo not able to take advantage. Arnold. Schiletto. Near side Senge. Pressured by Anor. That forces it to go back, and Jeremy Hurdle wants his team to push the numbers up. Keep putting the pressure on Ventura County when they have it in their own end. But Ventura County play their way through. Ruben Ramos Jr. to Elijah Paul. And Paul is dispossessed by Femi Awadesu. It goes out for a throw into the visitors. And Ventura County can get some late momentum at the end of the half. That's another giveaway. Valverde trying to release it early for Gonzalez, who is running in from behind. It does ricochet to Diego Gonzalez. Silla on the turn. This is Brooklyn Reigns. Jefferson Valverde. Gonzalez didn't have too much to aim at in the penalty area. Schmidt switches the point of the attack. And Karani, who was just booked a moment ago, puts in another poor challenge. And Houston, as kindly as they can, I think, are asking the questions about a second yellow here. Karani was looking up at the ball, but it's his arm extended that follows through on Wakatuya. And that might be Karani's last warning. I don't think there was any ill will. I think just Karani didn't realize where he was and raised his arm, and it made contact. And the referee has kept a sharp eye on him since that yellow card. And I'll say this, if Karani hadn't already been booked, he could have been possibly given a yellow for that. As Gonzalez placed it in. Good header away by Aifu Achara, who stays down for a moment, as it's going to be a foul, allowing Ventura County to clear their lines here as we are on the doorstep of first half injury time. Ooh, that's another giveaway. And Houston have a chance to add on again, and Diego Gonzalez dispatches the chance. Diego Gonzalez scores yet again for Houston in this first half. He's doubled his season goal tally in the first 45 minutes. He's up to 4 goals on the season, and Houston has a 2-0 lead. It's a Gonzalez brace off a Ventura County miscue. He scored once from the spot and once in open play. And as we're deep into the 2 added minutes at the end of the half, the Dynamo have a double bit of delight, and they're in complete command. Well, the story coming in was whether or not Diego Gonzalez was going to get another assist. He scored 2 goals instead. He just continues to make big things happen for the Dynamo this season. Remember, early in the season, Kenny Bundy was talking about how Diego Gonzalez needed to take more of a leadership role, needed to be an even bigger part of the team, and he just continues to shine week in and week out. Ventura County were appealing over a possible foul, but looked more like a miscue, and Diego Gonzalez took full advantage. You sometimes see players have trouble in those one-on-one positions. Gonzalez had help as well. Over to his left, he didn't overcomplicate it and dispatched it past Brady Scott. Now then, maybe one more attack here for Ventura County at the end of the half. It just goes over the top of everybody's head. Delgado tries to keep it alive. He keeps it in. Houston regains possession. He cleared up ahead. There's been the 2 minutes, but because of the goal, there might be a little bit more time added on here. Asenge up ahead. Karani trying to chop it back. His cross is blocked. Karani follows up. Houston again is able to clear it. Now can Anor get on the end of this? Two defenders on him. But Anor is not able to squeeze past. And it is a goal kick. Ventura County are in possession as the first half ends here in Houston.
That concludes the first half of play.
Well, a delightful first half from Diego Gonzalez. A brace for him. He now is up to 4 goals on the MLS Next Pro season, and Houston thoroughly deserving of a 2-0 halftime lead. Plenty of work to do for Ventura County, although they did have chances in that first half. That is certainly for sure, but it's the Dynamo who took both of their big opportunities, courtesy of Diego Gonzalez. Our score at the half is Houston 2, Ventura County 0. We'll have highlights and stats to come, but after the break, Michelle Montaigne sits down to chat with Chattanooga head coach Rod Underwood.
Dale pues, mamá ya, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete. Listen up, all eyes on me, I'll show you who you wanna be. Yeah, yeah, hey. Oh, wow, wow, wow. It's going down, down. You don't want to miss that. It's the new thing. It's the new thing. It's the new thing. Toda mi gente lo siente. 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 Toda mi gente caliente. Toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena. En la fadera suena. El techo se me llena. Toda mi gente lo siente.
Back here in Houston, Sean St. Jacques here with you. It is the Dynamo on top of Ventura County by 2 Diego Gonzalez goals to 0. Big second half to come in just a few moments. But before we meet Chattanooga head coach Rod Underwood, we want to tell you about the upcoming MLS Next Pro newsletter. Sign up for it today.
Action.
Welcome into another edition of Coach's Corner. Today we are sitting down with Rod Underwood, the head coach of Chattanooga FC. Coach, thanks for making the time for us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
With this being your first year in MLS Next Pro, over halfway through the season, what has just been your overall impression of the league so far?
I think there's been a lot of impressions. So if we break it down in multiple facets, off the field, I think facilities for the most part have been really very good. You know, how we're treated in the away games are really very good. At home, off the field is obviously fantastic for us. The crowd is unbelievable at home. The traveling crowd for us is fantastic. And then on the field, right, the competition's been really high. And we continue to get better and grow and learn and make sure we give ourselves the best chance to be competitive in every game.
You just touched on it, but being one of just 2 independent clubs, what has this supporters club meant to you guys your first year in MLS Next Pro?
Well, it means so much. Without them, it's very difficult for our club to even exist. So the supporters are fantastic. On the road, they give us great energy. At home, they give us great energy. And we just really feed off of it. And we really want to make sure that we repay them for all the support they've had beyond the years that I've even been here.
You've gone off to a pretty good start with that this season. What has allowed you guys to come in and find success early?
Yeah, I think it's just, a focus and a desire really to perform at the highest level that we can. One of the things that we talk about all the time is just being a little bit better, being 1% better every day, and really working hard and really just focusing on us and trying to make sure that we do a really good job of accentuating each individual player's talents within the structure that we want to be successful in.
Now that we are getting into the latter stages of the regular season, knowing that the table is kind of making its way, what would you describe the mood and the day-to-day like between the players in the locker room?
Yeah, for us, it's two things, right? It's excitement, the opportunity to be playing, right? At the end of the day, a lot of us could be doing a lot of different things than showing up every day to train and coach and enjoy the city and enjoy the fans. That's a great honor to even be able to do that. So there's joy, there's excitement, but there's also business like that. Hey, the table's tight. We know that every game matters. We know that every point matters. So we're, keeping that joy and excitement and focus and workman's-like mentality.
So with all that in mind, what does success look like for you this season?
Success is many things, right? Success is how do we do on the field? How do we do off the field? How do we do with our players coming in and being successful? And how do we do with the support of the fans and making the city grow and really just bringing new fans, bringing new supporters, and really going as far as we can in the league.
All right, last one for you. Coach, what has made you the most proud of this team so far this year?
I think there's two things. I think number one, the fans, the support, the city, the ability that we can come out every day, express ourselves, and express the way that we want to play football. But also, I would say, just the relentlessness of the individual players to come out and really perform every day in training and really look to be better in every game.
Awesome. Well, I can say from that very first game in Chattanooga to now, you guys have been so much fun to watch. Your supporters have meant so much to the league. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we'll be seeing you soon again in person.
All right, thank you for having me.
Toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, y toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente. Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Action.
first matches. Great on
At the half, it is Houston Dynamo 2 leading Ventura County by 2-0. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, happy to have you back here with us. SaberCat Stadium in Houston, Texas. Of course, all of the games mean so much right now in MLS Next Pro. We're going to take a look now at some of the games upcoming on the MLS Next Pro calendar in the month of September. Big games for New York City and Philadelphia on Wednesday, with opportunity after Cincinnati didn't win today to catch up in the race for the top overall seed in the East. Ventura County's next game, they host North Texas. That's going to be another juggernaut matchup on Wednesday. Chicago, New York Red Bulls, two teams fighting for one of those last playoff spots as well. Houston, after this, they go to Austin, the defending champions, on Wednesday. Tacoma, who plays later on tonight, play again on Friday against Real Monarchs, who are hanging on by a thread for the playoffs. And the Timbers will take on LAFC 2, with Carolina Core taking on Crown Legacy next Saturday. We'll step aside for now. Highlights, stats, and the second half kick are all coming up next.
Vamos, dale pues, mamá ya, muévete más loco, como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, 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 mira, sacúdete.
Listen up, all eyes on me. I'll show you who you wanna be. Yeah, yeah, hey. Oh, wow, wow, wow. It's going down, down. You don't wanna miss that. It's the new sound. It's the new sound. It's the new sound.
Toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente lo siente, y toda mi gente lo siente, toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente.
Action. Moments away from the start of the second half between Houston and Ventura County here in the Lone Star State. Again, Sean St. Jacques, happy to have you back here with us at the half. A really good first half from Houston Dynamo. We get a chance to look back here at the first half highlights. And, well, Jeremy Hurdle, his first game as interim coach, done a pretty good job so far. They did have to fend off a couple of early Ventura County chances. Good attempt there from Asela Senge. Couldn't quite get it on target after plucking it out of the sky. Then Steven Anor really started to get going. He created three big chances. That one was saved by Brady Scott. Of course, here, Diego Gonzalez. 15th minute, he converts the penalty. After winning the penalty himself just a few moments ago, Brady Scott took him out inside the penalty area. So that gave Houston a 1-0 lead to work with, and this is when Steven Anor started to come close, but not quite get the job done. He hits the post there, hands on heads. He was so close there to doubling Houston's lead before Brooklyn Reigns took on the shot there. And then Ventura County, they did have their moments in the first half. Ruben Ramos Jr. with a good ball in, headed just wide by Elijah Paul. And we told you Steven Anor had multiple chances. This one he smashes off the top of the crossbar. Brady Scott able to corral it. And then a miscue here. Poor pass back. And then Diego Gonzalez has no trouble burying the chance. He's now up to 4 goals this season, doubling his season total coming into the night. And Houston have a commanding 2-0 lead to work with 45 minutes left to play. Halftime stats look like this. I think that's the biggest thing when you look at Ventura County's side to change in the second half. Yes, a couple of shots, but none on target so far. Houston on the other side of things, 3 shots on target, 8 in total, and they've been able to take care of 2 of them thanks to their captain, Diego Gonzalez. So clinical so far from the Dynamo, and they have thoroughly deserved their 2-0 advantage. We'll see how Ventura County under Matt Taylor is able to challenge things in the second half. Did look like the 4th official had the subs board up. We'll confirm any halftime changes for either side.
For Ventura County FC. Leaving the field, number 67, Christian Schulte. Coming into the field, number 68.
Ventura County gets the second half started. They're going from left to right on MLSNextPro.com. So Ventura County did make a change. Christian Schwantze is out. Max Middleby is in. So one alteration for Matt Taylor's group at the start of the second half as they have to try to work through a 2-0 deficit if they are to get back to 3rd place in the Western Conference of MLS Next Pro. Of course, the tough part, again, it's just so tight in the Western Conference and in the East, to be fair. If Ventura County does lose this game, they will stay where they began the night on 40 points, which opens up the possibility of them actually dropping to 5th place because Tacoma Defiance play later on tonight against Portland Timbers 2, and they're just 1 point back. So anything less than anything more than a shootout defeat as far as the points, and Ervadice's side will be in 4th at the end of the night. It's so remarkable, really, how tight it is and how each result can totally change the outlook of the standings. But that is what is staring Ventura County in the face at the moment. Houston, meanwhile, and this is also worth mentioning because, again, there are other games going on. Houston has the chance to get up to 35 points. However, they would stay in 8th place, more than likely, if that result plays out. So we will see how it all ends at the end of the evening. Because again, there's still 2 10 p.m. kickoffs that haven't begun yet, Eastern Standard Time. Great effort here from Ifu Achara. His cross is blocked, and Middleby looks to reset here for Ventura County. It's a wrestling match. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go, it looks like, Houston's way in the end. Both players getting tangled up. And Nico Hansen will be played back into it. Actually, he'll take the kick, it looks like. Left it from Jefferson Medina. Nico Hansen's also had a very solid season for, well, mostly Kenny Bundy until recently, of course. The news on Friday that Jeremy Hurdle is now the interim head coach here of Houston Dynamo 2, and I have to say, a big congratulations to Kenny Bundy for getting promoted onto the first team staff as an interim assistant. He's been at this for a few years now with Houston Dynamo 2, and he's always done a really impressive job. It's great to see him get the call-up. It's what this is all about. It's part of why there is MLS Next Pro to begin with. Here's Brooklyn Reigns for the Dynamo. It's out to this near side. Medina for Schmidt. Tate Schmidt had a really good first half at times as well. Diego Gonzalez certainly was the lead, the star for Houston in the first half, but Schmidt, Brooklyn Reigns, Valverde, and others were also very impressive. The ball is looped over the top, down the far side. Elijah Paul gets on the end of this for Ventura County. Did that go out of play? It did, just before Houston cleared it. Ventura County are saying that should have been a corner. But the referee says no, it is a goal kick. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt down the line. It looks like it's just going to bounce out. In front of Matt Taylor in the Ventura County technical area. Matt Taylor is not happy about something that took place there. Play's continuing on anyway. Anor out to the far side. It's a chance for a third goal here. And Dimorelli's shot is tame in the end for Scott to collect. Well, that was another big opportunity for Houston to really stamp their authority on the match here. But Ruben Ramos Jr. and company trying to find a lifeline to get back into it. That challenge is fair from Diego Gonzalez, shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Houston have some numbers here in transition if they hurry. Ifu Achara's challenge doesn't quite make way. Gonzalez is on a hat trick! And he hits the side netting. Actually, Gonzalez may have been in an offside position there. He was upset with the assistant. Great ball from Usmain Silla. And in the end, I think Scott has his near post covered there, but Gonzalez wasn't far away as Paul could get in behind here for Ventura County. But my goodness, it's a wonderful challenge from Isaac Wakatuya. Pinpoint to make sure nothing came of it. And Tate Schmidt will just slow things down for a brief moment here for Houston. Has been open at times in this game tonight. Both teams have had opportunities, but again, sometimes it just comes down to who's the more clinical, and so far Houston have been able to take their big chances. Ruben Ramos Jr. tries to get on the end of this. A couple of miscued clearances from Houston. Medina, the last one. And it's a bit of a gift here for Ventura County. They'll get a corner. Both players involved there didn't mean to kick it where it ended up, but that's how it goes sometimes. The visitors will get a free set piece opportunity here out of almost nothing, really. Looks like Arnold will take Ventura County in search of a reply. Great ball in, oh, not far away from being on target. Just flashed past Nico Hansen, and he was worried about it as well. Ifu Achara thought that Hansen maybe got a touch onto his glove to ricochet it out for a corner, but again, the decision is goal kick. I don't think we've had, and I could be wrong, an Olympico in Next Pro this season, but that wasn't far away. And if Ifu Achara is to be believed, that was touched away by Nico Hansen, but the referee didn't agree with that decision. Houston the other way. Silla out to the far side. The first time shot is going to go wide from Matteo Dimorelli, who's now come close a few times to getting himself on the score sheet for Houston. Here's the substitute, Middleby. All the way back for Scott. We just had another look at some of the scores going on elsewhere. Huntsville are trailing. A goal to nil against Inter Miami. If that score holds up, Huntsville are eliminated from playoff contention. New England, by the way, have come back, and they lead Toronto by 2-1. That would be a huge hammer blow to Toronto's playoff chances. North Texas still ahead in Vancouver. Western Conference leaders in the live table have a 1-0 lead. Gonzalez into the middle. That's going to be cut out. Remember, Gonzalez is still 1 assist away from double digits. Arnold. That challenge gets it away from Karani. Another good play there in the midfield by Brooklyn Reigns. Continues to strut his stuff. Medina to the near side. Ball's lifted high into the air. Oh, Anor, it was clever. He just let it bounce. Tried to put off Esenge, but Esenge links up with Scott in the end. Of course, Steven Anor himself had 3 big opportunities in the first half. A Scott save thwarted the first one, but then 1 off the post, 1 off the bar. Now then, Ventura County race up the other end. Here's Ramos. Middleby. It's bent into the penalty area, headed away. Arnold gets it right back. 10 minutes into the start of the second half. Delgado's ball in. He's gonna fly out of play. And it's a goal kick. Again, there have been a few different scenarios that could have played out today. Again, just to reiterate, Cincinnati could not clinch because they did not win in 90 minutes earlier today, so they'll have to wait for next week. Minnesota won today, so they avoid playoff elimination for a second consecutive week. Can they keep that going? That could become a story at the bottom of the Western Conference. And then Colorado Rapids too. They did lose. The results elsewhere actually helped them out, and most notably was Austin. Austin, because they lost, Austin had to at least get a shootout win. But Colorado survives another week. This game also could have impacted that as well. If Houston were to win this game, that would have also put Colorado in a bad spot. But again, because Austin lost, that allows Colorado mathematically to keep their playoff hopes alive going into next week. It feels almost like a Survivor episode every time I say that, but that is how it is right now in MLS Next Pro. Nice step defensively there from Femi Awadesu for Houston. Valverde up ahead. Anor has it cut out by Isel Esenge. And Ventura County again looked to build it forward. Casillas for Esenge. Centering pass for Skeletto. Sean Karani plays it up ahead for Delgado. Karani gets it back, looks for the angle for the cross. It's decently placed. Achara, did he handle that? It's Ramos! It's brilliant! Houston appealed that it was handled by Ifu Achara. No whistle came, and Ruben Ramos Jr. scores a wonderful goal, bending it in off the post. Oh, that does look like it maybe came off Achara's arm. Referee didn't see it. And Ruben Ramos Jr. with a terrific strike. And Ventura County find their lifeline. It's 2-1 as we approach the hour.
Goal.
6 goals this season for Ruben Ramos Jr. And all of a sudden, the narrative looks a lot different here in Houston. Can that be the spark for Ventura County to get a resurgence in the second half? Middleby there, though, is dispossessed. Gonzalez from Schmidt. Gonzalez, who's on a hat trick, moves Houston ahead. Schmidt. Silla back for Gonzalez. Now it's Houston trying to find a reply. Silla, lovely skill there. Gets past Middleby. Schmidt back to Silla, and Silla clips it in, but the offside flag is up. Silla, I think, actually scored from there, but of course the offside flag makes it all a moot point. That would have been an exquisite finish if it had counted. It's almost reminiscent of a Felipe Coutinho goal for Liverpool all those years ago in the Europa League at Old Trafford. Just a little dink. Floated like a pillow into the back of the net with a pillow touch, but again, just to be very clear, it did not count. An hour gone here in Houston. Ball sent up ahead. Oh, Ventura County could be in here. Karani beaten to it by Hansen. Hansen's out of his goal. It's clipped over the top, and it's just wide. Oh, the goal was gaping for the Dynamo, and Ventura County come within about a foot or two of equalizing. Hansen does well initially, but then he's caught out. Couldn't get back in time. Neither could his defenders, and it's a whisker wide. How close was that? And somehow Houston survive. Ventura County nearly equalizing in next to no time. And then Anor up the other end trying to make something happen. He wins a corner for the Dynamo. Back and forth we go here in the second half. Well, now Houston get a set piece opportunity here. They try to reestablish their 2-goal advantage. Gonzalez to take. There might have been a push down in the penalty area there. It is headed. It's not going to come close to goal. It is picked up by Brady Scott. One or two Ventura County appeals for a foul there, but again, referee allowed play to continue. Ramos, little scoop up ahead for Achara. Karani on the turn. He gets away from the challenge. Achara helps him out. Skeletto switches the point of attack. Decent touch from Delgado, but there's 2 players there for Houston. Arnold tries to follow up and keeps the possession alive. Delgado. Arnold. It's Ramos again. This one was always rising, and it rises out of play. Well, credit to Ventura County here. There were 2 chances there for Houston to clear it. They kept it alive. And this time, Ruben Ramos Jr. not able to quite hit the target. Now, we've seen it throughout the weekend, how quickly momentum can change. Ooh, that looks like it's come off the arm of Guacatia. It's a free kick. And a yellow card for kicking the ball away. Although Houston are saying that Ventura County were going to get another ball anyway, but again, 9 times out of 10, that yellow card he's going to be given these days when you delay the restart on a free kick. So Ventura County, again, have a set piece chance to work with. Referee just marking out where the wall is going to be. Isaac Wakatuya was booked for delaying the restart. And now the referee is, oh, he was just having a quick word with a couple of the players. I'm going to say, was there any more to come from that? Not to be. And then from the free kick, Hansen misses it. And maybe more let it go, but Asela Senge was nearly able to get on the end of that for Ventura County. Now, one of those, when the goalkeeper commits, they're expected to get something on that. Hansen, I think, realized that he was going to go over the top, but it was a risk. If that had gone any lower, Asenge may have had a chance to get a header onto that. In the meantime, Houston is going to make a change here. Dimorelli is going to exit. Jamani Bell is going to take his place. It's a like-for-like switch in the attack. And Bell will take over at that right forward or right wing position, if you will, in the attack. Ticking down on 25 minutes plus stoppage time to play. Bell jumps right into the action here for Houston. It's laid off from Wakatuya. Brooklyn Reigns getting involved. He's been one of the safety blanket kind of players for Houston. When they need someone to get the ball, he's been taking it. Usmain Silla dispossessed. Tate Schmidt couldn't get there either. Good challenge by Middleby. Here comes Ifu Achara. It's going to run out of room, but it'll stay with Ventura County. From the throw. Skeletto. All the way back for Brady Scott. Asenge. Up ahead, and now it's down the line for Elijah Paul. And Paul is going to be beaten to it by Femi Awadesu. Ooh, and that might have been a foul throw. Yes, it is. Wow. So rare that you see that. But Elijah Paul holds onto the ball for too long and gives possession back to Houston. Well, you very rarely see that at this level. I think Elijah Paul might have been caught in two minds. Maybe he thought there was a player open when he started his follow through, but by the time he got there, he realized, ooh, might have given it away, and he ends up giving it away regardless. Oh, lovely dummy there from Gabriel Arnold. And the ball into the middle. He's caught by Hansen in traffic. Good outlet to Silla as well. Valverde joins in. Out wide for Gonzalez. Is his night done as far as goal scoring opportunities? We'll see. Again, Gonzalez's goals are the difference right now. Tate Schmidt. Ooh, Valverde let that run. Luckily for him, Brooklyn Reigns had his head on a swivel and was ready to react. Reigns again. Touches it forward. Reigns tries to move it forward a second time. And Gonzalez continued to soldier on, but it is brought back. Brooklyn Reigns was fouled. And Houston have prime real estate here for a free kick. Let's see how many players want to take this for Houston Dynamo. Of course, Diego Gonzalez has already scored a wonderful free kick earlier in the season. That was at the Town. Tate Schmidt. He sends that soaring into orbit. Cleared by Scott. He tried the quick outlet to see if he could pick somebody up. Good hustle, by the way, by Schmidt. Didn't hang his head, got back in defensive position. And allows Ventura County's attempted outlet to be a moot point. Ventura County getting a goal back from Ruben Ramos Jr. Of course, there was a bit of a handball potentially in there from Ifu Achar. The referee did not see it. And Ruben Ramos Jr. took advantage to get Ventura County back within one. That was about 10 minutes ago. Now then, Gonzalez wins it back for Houston. Schmidt. Too hot to handle for Valverde. Gonzalez is there. Brooklyn Reigns. Silla out wide. Lovely reverse ball. Brief chance for Jamani Bell. But he runs into trouble and is dispossessed with 20 minutes left, plus stoppage time. Ventura County coming the other way. Lovely ball played out to the far side by Karani. Paul. Paul lays it off. Delgado. Little give and go. Riley Delgado. Delgado's ball in. Oh, it bounces around. There was a couple of handball appeals from both sides coming in. Pretty faint. In the end, Scoletto's ball back in is comfortably caught by Nico Hansen without too much trouble. Houston will recycle the play. Again, Houston were in pretty good control at the half, but that one goal for Ventura County has definitely raised the tension here in Houston. Silla to Gonzalez. Valverde. Schmidt. Back for Valverde. Valverde into the middle. It's chested down. Anor lays it off. And I think the shot goes over the top from Bell, but it took a deflection. It's going to be a corner. Anor, great control, good layoff as well, but Bell was in traffic, and all he could do was swing a boot at it, and to his credit, he wins a corner. As that's happening, Ventura County are going to make a sub here. Sean Karani, he's going to come out, and we will see the former North Texas man, Hope Avayevu, come on for Ventura County. Hope Avayevu's been involved in some Texas derbies over the years. Can he help a California side against a Texas team this time? Houston got a good run here on the byline. Did that stay in play? The assistant's flag is up. It did not. And it's a goal kick. Again, Jamani Bell, active since coming off the bench, but he ran out of real estate on the far side. Do have an update from one of the other games going on at the moment. Huntsville City down to 10 men, and they've conceded a second goal. Miami up by 2, Huntsville down to 10. As that pass for Achara comes up short for Hansen to grab. There's about 14 minutes left. Again, if Huntsville don't come back and get at least 2 points, their playoff hopes are going to be dashed tonight. And they'll become the second team to be eliminated from postseason contention, along with New England. Middle B. Oh, it's a lovely give and go. Ruben Ramos Jr. plays it across, and it's cleared away by Awadesu. Nico Hansen committed, and again, he didn't get there, but for a second time, his defensive unit backs him up. It's wonderful interplay here from Ventura County. Ruben Ramos Jr. did just about everything right, but well defended by the aforementioned Awadesu. Now a corner for Ventura County. Oh, it bounces around. Again, no one could really square it up for the shot. Bell holds up the play. Gonzalez releases it. Ventura County only had one man back there. Casillas does the job. He'll be called upon a second time here to move it along, and he does. And Scaletto not able to corral the middle B pass. Schmidt controls for Houston. As soon as I say that, he does give the ball away. Ventura County trying to come back from 2-0 down to grab a result here. That's going to be a foul against Valverde on Arnold. Free kick for the visitors here with just over 15 minutes in stoppage to go. Now, the last time Houston beat Ventura County, they were LA Galaxy 2 then, it helped Houston at the time secure a playoff spot for a second consecutive season. If they're going to do it for a third time, I would love to have it include a victory tonight. And again, more than likely, Houston would stay in 8th, final playoff spot in the West, with a victory. Of course, that is pending other results, most notably Timbers 2 playing later on tonight. We're just behind them in 9th. They're taking on Tacoma Defiance. That's a big rivalry game. That have a lot on it regardless, but it's going to have even more on it with two teams fighting for playoff positions and playoff seeding as well. And that's one of two 10 p.m. kickoffs to come. The other one also has playoff implications. Real Monarchs hosting the Town. Mark Lowry's side could really use another victory in their late push, trying to get into the playoff conversation. But it won't be easy. Dan DeGear's side are one of the best defensive teams in the whole league, let alone the West, so the Town will have their say on the road tonight. Here is Ifu Achara. Ramos Jr., lovely touch over the top. Ifu Achara with a bicycle kick, and he equalizes against his former club. That's an outstanding goal from the former Houston Dynamo player. Ifu Achara returns to Texas and haunts his former team. And Ventura County, with a brilliant bicycle kick, have come from 2-0 down to equalize. Absolutely incredible. And Houston will have to do it all over again. Incredible resolve from the Cali boys here. And again, one of Houston's former players, Ifu Achara, comes back and scores a huge goal against them on their home patch, nonetheless. And what a finish it was. It's only Ifu Achara's second Next Pro goal of the season, but it is a memorable goal. And everything changes as far as the table is concerned. It looks like in the midst of all that, Brooklyn Rains
Also, may I have your attention, please?
picked up a yellow card.
Number 15 from Houston, Dynamo. The 78th minute.
Free kick for Houston, who now have to try and find their lead again. Goals from Ramos and Achara have totally changed the complexion. Schmidt's ball in. Ooh, that nearly bounced all the way through. Critical touch from Delgado. And it's going to be a Dynamo corner on the far side. We can also tell you that Toronto have come back. They've equalized at New England. They're also trying to make a late push at it. Here in Houston, the Dynamo have seen their 2-0 lead evaporate. Trying to get the lead back. Gonzalez's ball in. Schmidt with a re-entry, but it's cut out. And then Schmidt can't get on the end of that ball. Achara is going to be beaten to it by Valverde. Great hustle from the midfielder. Or Achara could have been in one-on-one with Nico Hansen. Well, it was going so swimmingly for Houston at the half. Again, to be fair, just to reiterate, that first goal did have big handball appeals in it, but referee didn't see it. It was a great finish from Ruben Ramos Jr. And then Ifeatu Achara with a wonderful overhead bicycle kick to equalize against his former club. What a moment that was. Now can someone go on and win the game here? That was a chance for Ventura County. Ooh, the flag's up. Flag goes up against Hope Avayevu. And Houston doesn't waste any time. Schmidt up ahead. But Schmidt loses out. It's off a ricochet here. There's a brief opportunity for that to stay in play, but it does go back to the Dynamo. Well, what it means in the table, and again, there still could be a twist or two in this one, is that Ventura County would be within 1 point of LAFC. Now, if it stays tight, of course, they could still get that point back in the shootout. But for now, Ventura County on the day would drop from 3rd to 4th. Houston would stay in 8th, but they'd only be 1 point clear of the Timbers. If they were to win later tonight, Portland would move into the playoff positions. Houston would end the day outside of playoff positioning. That's how much just changed with one goal. And Houston looks to be getting a couple of changes ready. It looked like that was Kieran Sargent and David Garcia getting set to come on. We'll wait on that in a moment. Middleby. It's going to come up short. Wadesu is there. It's good hustle from Elijah Paul. Middleby gets back into the picture. But Brooklyn Rains comes out with it for Houston. Maybe a chance for the Dynamo to break here. Diego Gonzalez leads the charge. Can't find anyone open. Now he finds Schmidt. Schmidt switches the point of attack. It's Brooklyn Rains. Brooklyn Rains keeps on going. Referee thought about blowing the whistle there. Thinks better of it. Wakatuya. He thought about a cross. Wadesu for Valverde, and Houston forced to recycle here. Gonzalez. Gonzalez again. Can he pick somebody out? He finds Rains. There's Valverde. Schmidt bends the cross into the middle, not definitively cleared. Scalotto helps it along. It stays with Houston, 7 minutes plus stoppage time left, and here come the Jeremy Hurdle changes here. Kieran Sargent is going to replace Tate Schmidt at left back. And Steven Anor, who came so close on 3 different occasions to scoring, he is going to exit. And David Garcia will look to put his name up in lights. He comes on to go right up top in the attack for Houston. And now there's a player down for Ventura County on the near side. That might be Ifu Achara, who's in some discomfort here. It does look like Eric Hernandez is getting some instructions here from Ventura County coach Matt Taylor. So you start to wonder if they will have a change up their sleeves here. Again, in the big picture here, wonderful comeback from Ventura County. 2-0 down. And they get 2 second-half goals to equalize. The Ifu Achara goal is a memorable goal, and it looks like that might be his last major act. Achara, he is going to get some handshakes all around here. And it looks like, yes, Achara is going to be done for the day. And it looked like it was Eric Hernandez who took his place. While we await confirmation on that, although it does look like Hernandez is out there, to be fair. That is Ventura County's 3rd substitution used. 5 minutes, stoppage time left. Flag is up for a foul. It's going to be a Houston free kick. And it's not far away from the penalty area at all. Well, Houston building up towards another, what could be, vital moment in this playoff push. Diego Gonzalez again trying to find the right bit of service to restore Houston's lead. Gonzalez pins one in there. Scalotto is there and sends it out for a Dynamo corner. Gonzalez will try again from a different angle. Ball is crossed in. Oh, it's up for grabs for Houston. Can someone get the shot away? It was blocked not once, but twice. And then Ramos Jr. is fouled on the edge of his own penalty area. Ventura County just about get done with that possession and are going to be able to clear their lines. Well, that is just such a huge defensive stand there for Ventura County. Ball is sent up ahead looking for Hope Avayevu. But Nico Hansen is there for the Dynamo. And again, 2 goals from Diego Gonzalez, Ramos and Achara, leading to the equalizing goal for Ventura County. Now can someone go on and win it? If not, we will go to a penalty kick shootout to decide it. Here is the substitute, Hernandez. Gets it back from Max Middleby. Arnold up ahead. Houston, well, they were about to clear it. But the referee sees an infraction. It is a foul. It's a free kick. Ventura County are going to get some numbers queued up inside the penalty area. Arnold and Scalotto will take aim here. Probably too far out for a shot, you would think. certainly, it's an opportunity here. Arnold. Well, that's going to be too far in front of Senge. They tried to pick out a pass that could lead to a cross into the middle, but Arnold put too much on it in the end. Well, now we're getting into crunch time here, ticking down to the 90th minute here in Houston. Can Ventura County complete the comeback? Or can Houston restore order here? They've let a 2-goal lead slip. Here's Sargent. Gonzalez bundled over by Eric Hernandez, and again, it's a set-piece opportunity, but it's for Houston this time. One of those that you can file under unnecessary for Ventura County. Didn't need to make the challenge. Diego Gonzalez had nowhere to go and gets bailed out. It's going to be a free kick in a good spot here for the Dynamo. And Jefferson Valverde and, well, of course, Diego Gonzalez will stand over this. We enter 4 added minutes at the end of what's been another thrilling contest today. And Diego Gonzalez put some good shape on it, but it's a moot point. There was a foul away from the ball. It's a free kick for the visitors in the end. That's a bit of a wasted opportunity there for the Dynamo. Scott with the outlet. Ball is played high into the air up ahead. It's a nearly fall for Aveyevu, but Brooklyn Reigns dashes past a couple challenges, but then gives it away. Ruben Ramos up ahead. Schelotto couldn't slide it back to Ramos in the end. Sargent. Are we gonna have a little bit of late magic here, one way or the other in Houston? Gonzalez plays it in for Sargent. Sargent's gonna have a chance to cross it! And the shot is not gonna be squared up in time. Scott gets his hands on it. What a chance that was. Ventura County rush up the other end. Hernandez fouled by Gonzalez. And Diego Gonzalez is going to be booked for that. That was clearly a tactical foul to stop Ventura County's counterattack. And Diego Gonzalez is summoned to receive his booking. Well, here was the Houston chance just a moment ago. Great ball from Gonzalez. How good was Sargent to get the cross away? And there's just no touch on the back end, and Ventura County do just enough to survive the sequence yet again. There's the Gonzalez yellow card confirmed. Schelotto's ball in at the other end is caught by Hansen. Now Houston's turn to try to get it up the other end. Here's Diego Gonzalez. He has Sargent for company. Can Sargent pick out the pass? He's able to glide past Hernandez. His cross is blocked. And Silla picks up the pieces. A minute and a half left here in Texas. That's going to be laid off for Reigns. That turn is going to be whistled. It's a foul and a very, very late free kick, well within range for Houston in the dying embers. This is going to probably be, you would think, the last potentially major act of the game. Houston certainly wants it to be. They're going to be taking as much time as they can over this. We've seen Diego Gonzalez come up with late magic before in Next Pro this season. So much on the line here. Playoff implications, seeding implications. Diego Gonzalez on a hat trick as well. Valverde just behind him. And it looks like, I think there's 5 in the Ventura County wall. Can Gonzalez win it with one of the last kicks? It is Gonzalez! Oh, it's off the frame. Still not cleared. Sargent's shot is blocked. Ventura County clears. He was within inches, Gonzalez, of winning it. He stings the very top of the frame. 4 minutes are up. It's now up to the referee how much longer we continue. Sent ahead by Medina. Maybe there's still a chance for Houston in the final seconds. It's a cut-in field. Valverde lays it off. Wakatuya out wide. Gonzalez across. It's cut out. There will be no time to take the corner. It's full time in Houston.
That concludes.
Ventura County comes back from 2 goals down to get a point.
At the end of the night,
and Diego Gonzalez was inches away, not just from a hat trick, but from a game-winning goal with one of the last kicks of the game. 2-2 is your final score in normal time. We'll step aside for a moment. You'll learn the rules of the penalty shootout before we take penalties here in Texas after a wild, wild ending.
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
You saw there, each team has already been awarded a point. That's confirmed. And now both Houston and Ventura County will fight it out over an additional point in the shootout. But before that, let's recap what's been another heartstopper of an MLS Next Pro game. And, well, there were 4 of them to kind of decipher through them. Just 2 goals in MLS Next Pro this season. He doubled his season tally in just the first half of this game. That was the first one, and then a rare miscue at the back from Ventura County, a clear giveaway, and a clinical finish from Diego Gonzalez. That made it 2-0 in first half stoppage time. And Houston seemed to be in pretty good shape at that point. But things did change in the second half. There was a handball appeal here against Ifu Achara. The referee didn't see it. Ruben Ramos Jr. bends in a beauty. Off the post and in. That made it 2-1 just before the hour mark. And then, well, this might be the goal of the week in MLS Next Pro. A bicycle kick from Ifu Achara to equalize against his former club with 12 minutes to play. And that's how he finished things up. Diego Gonzalez had a chance to win it with the last kick from a free kick, but it stung the top of the crossbar and flew out of play. Nico Hansen and Brady Scott are going to be put to the test again. on penalties. Should mention that Ventura County has won 7 of their 9 penalty kick shootouts this season in MLS Next Pro. So we will see how they do in this one today. Houston, meanwhile, have won 2 out of the prior 6. Ventura County is going to take first. Elijah Paul is going to take first in round 1 for the visitors. So it's going to be Paul against Hansen to begin the shootout. And Paul, oh, he wrong foots Hansen. That was a cheeky penalty, and it's a penalty that gives Ventura County the advantage. You can see, I think he was trying to get Hansen to lean. That's exactly what happened. It's well placed. Ventura County have the lead, but now it's Diego Gonzalez's go. Of course, he already scored from the spot in normal time and is the only Houston goal scorer tonight. It's always interesting when we see a rematch from the penalty spot. Scott gets another look at Gonzalez here. And Diego Gonzalez fires it down the middle to equalize in the shootout, 1-1 after 1 round of penalties. He's just nerveless, Diego Gonzalez, in these big moments. And he converts again to give Houston a much-needed reply in the first round of the shootout. Next up for Ventura County, Nicolas Scalotto. Scalotto will take it with his left boot here, and he buries it. That is a wonderful spot kick. No questions asked about that. 2-1 Ventura County, with Houston having the penalty in hand. And you're not gonna see a much better conversion than this. Top corner. And even Hansen went the wrong way, so all the boxes checked on that one. And Houston will look to reply with Jefferson Valverde. I must say, had a very strong match in the 90 minutes. Can he convert from the penalty spot? You bet he can. Buries it in the bottom right corner. No chance for Scott. We've seen 4 wonderful penalties so far, and it's 2-2. And Ventura County trying to get that additional point that would put them back level with their rivals LAFC in that battle for 3rd place in the West. And Houston want more of a cushion over the likes of Portland and Kansas City, who are just behind them lurking, try to sneak into that 8th spot. This is Arnold for Ventura County, and he goes right down the middle. He converts. Ventura County are a perfect 3 out of 3 so far, and Arnold has no trouble from the spot. It's 3-2. Nico Hansen is having a word with the referee. I'm not sure what that was about. Didn't look like there was anything wrong with the last penalty. Round 3 continues. The substitute, Kieran Sargent. Can Houston match in the first 3 rounds? Oh, it's saved by Brady Scott. Sargent tried to hesitate, but Brady Scott wasn't fazed and makes a big-time save in the shootout. Ventura County will take a 3-2 lead into round 4. And now this becomes a very important penalty. Ruben Ramos Jr., who helped start the Ventura County comeback. If he scores, it's match point for Ventura County. Ramos, oh, he fires it right down the middle. And Hansen couldn't react quickly enough. It's 4-2, and now Houston has to score their next penalty to stay in it. And I must say, as far as the options go, there might not be any better left available to take this penalty than Brooklyn Reigns. It's a player who's got so much experience and continues to push towards being at the top level, not just for club, but for country as well. He has to score here to keep Houston's hopes alive of gaining an additional point. It's Brooklyn Reigns, and it is a conversion from the penalty spot. Another really impressive penalty, and there really wasn't any doubt, was there, when Reigns stepped up. That was good all the way. 4-3, but now it's scored to win for Ventura County, and it's gonna be the substitute, Eric Hernandez, who had some time in the 90 minutes, and actually Brooklyn Reigns just tried to give him something to think about on his way back to his teammates. If Hernandez scores, Ventura County will come back to get 2 points here in Houston. Nico Hansen has to save it for Houston. Oh, and he does save it! Nico Hansen makes the stop! Nico Hansen keeps Houston in it. Huge save. And he thwarts Hernandez with a wonderful diving stop. Round 5 continues here. And now Houston has to score their penalty to send us to a 6th round. Scott can score, I should say can save to win it. Oh, the shot hits off the bar. It did not cross the line, and Ventura County wins the shootout. Ousmane Silla hits it off the frame, and Ventura County, who were 2-0 down at halftime, come back, and not only do they get a 2-2 draw, they get the additional point in the shootout. Incredible drama in the 5th round. Nico Hansen made the save to keep the shootout going, but then Ousmane Silla cannot convert his penalty, and well, how unfortunate is it? It's another shot off the frame that thwarts Ventura County in the end. Well, we get to tell you now our man of the match. It's presented by Adidas. Diego Gonzalez, who scored 2 big goals for Houston along the way tonight, was able to really help Houston's cause early on. Houston does get a very important point along the way tonight, and I must say, over the 90 minutes, Diego Gonzalez was probably the best player on the pitch and certainly worthy of being our Adidas player of the game. Well, that's going to do it for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. I'm Sean St. Jacques. Once again, our final score, Houston 2, Ventura County 2. Ventura County gets that huge additional point by winning it 4-3 on penalties. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long, the MLS Season Pass on Apple TV, and here on MLSNextPro.com. We say goodnight from the Lone Star State.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.